Happy New Year, and thanks for clicking on State of the City. This is my first video blog of the new year, so I'm excited to have you click on it and watch us, whether it's on Facebook or on our website, or maybe it's on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Thanks for checking it out. My main mission today is to talk about the workshop from just last night, from January 4th, and then to give you a few tidbits of information of things that, well, frankly, I think you should know about things that are going on within the community. So again, welcome to 2016, and I'm doing this video blog on the 5th of January, beautiful sunshiny day out. So the workshop was last night, so here's a copy of my agenda so you can see really clearly what the discussion items were on that agenda, and you see a couple of notes that I have on the side here. So let me talk about that first one, subdivision housing RFP. As some of you are aware, the City Council's purchased some land from the school district, and we're looking at developing that land for working families, working family housing, like we've done with Nicollet Meadows and Washington Terrace. And so this is really the effort that is in the first phases of getting work done. And one of the things that the council said is that, well, we want to develop for working family. We know in the private sector it's very, very difficult to do, but we also see a need for homes that are valued $230,000, $240,000 plus. And so our goal is to take some of the land that we purchased and potentially sell it to a developer who will develop it under a number of criteria. And so here's a picture of the area that we're talking about, and on the bottom here would be Traverse Road. Over on the side here, this is Nicollet Avenue. So Traverse Road and then Nicollet Avenue, and we'd be selling Outlot A here, looking to work with somebody on Outlot A. So the council hasn't made a firm decision about how this is all going to fit together, but we had a great conversation last night about what the RFP, or request for proposals, will look like. So the idea of an RFP is this, that we send out into the world and we say, listen, we want to work with somebody, and we have a few things that we want to see. We want to see houses of a certain value. We want to see maybe a certain timeline. But other than that, developer, you come in and tell us how you want to partner with us. If you want to pay us some money for the land, or if you don't, if you want to pay for the utilities up front, or if you don't, what you envision for that, because we realize that we don't have a monopoly on common sense. There may be a developer out there that has just this great whiz-bang idea about what to do with this property to help us meet our goals. So we want to give everyone an opportunity who has interest to submit a proposal, and then the council will meet with folks and review and kind of make a determination about who might be the best fit, who might be the best partner for us. So we're excited about seeing that process go forward, and watch for that. Now we're not going to be putting that out into the world here for a little bit, maybe another month, but it won't be long, and there'll be an opportunity at the council meeting in advance for the council to say, here's kind of how we're looking at this, here's what the RFP is going to look like. So we're excited to continue to move that project forward. So here again is the agenda. I want to talk about the next three: the mower, the groomer, and the loader. These are three pieces of equipment that we're looking to purchase using equipment certificate dollars. This is kind of the standard process that we use for purchasing some of these pieces of equipment. And so the council talked about some of the pros and cons. Do we need it? Don't we need it? How much does it cost? Are we getting trade-in value? All of those kind of things. I think it is interesting to note that one of the pieces of equipment that we're going to replace, that loader, what we're doing is replacing a 23-year-old loader. So it's not like we buy these pieces of equipment all the time. These are pieces of equipment that we have in our rolling stock and are utilized within the community for a long time, in some cases more than a couple of decades. The next one that I want to visit about is the ATP grant application. And so if you go online on our website, you'll be able to see this exact same council packet, and you can read some of what we wrote to the City Council about ATP funding, which is Area Transportation Funding, project funding. And so it's funding that is, well, it's competitive in nature. You make an application, it's competitive in nature. And one of the projects that we have going on that really relates more to timeliness than need is doing some work down by the chamber office at the corner of Front Street and Broadway, and that area of Broadway from the Highway 99 bridge to Highway 169. That's kind of a no man's land. It's so big in there, and there have been a few accidents, and it's just kind of a mess in that area. And with the closing of the bridge potentially in 17 for all the work that's going to occur, the 99 bridge is going to close in 17 for the work to make it stable, to make it not fracture critical anymore. It's a great time because some of that roadway is going to be closed, and some DOT funds will be used to rebuild some areas that we can co-opt some of our dollars and make this cheaper for everyone and make it more convenient, or frankly less inconvenient, because we'll be doing work at the same time that the bridge is out anyway. Why do it at two different times so you're inconvenienced twice? Why not just do it at one time? And so we think it's a very timely project. Now, we don't know exactly how this is going to work or how this is going to look. There's some work that needs to be done yet, but we're in the process of doing that work, and so the council talked about that ATP funding and how that would fit together. Now, I'm at about 5 minutes. I do want to mention that we are continuing to work on regional transit a little bit, and one of the things is the state is providing us with some resources to hire someone to help us work some of the kinks out of that and making that move forward. And if it doesn't move forward, it'll be a temporary position that will sunset, that will stop at the end of the year. Regardless of whether regional transit goes or not, but we're excited to make that happen. And our normal process is that if we're hiring someone here in the city of St. Peter, the city council has to approve the job description and has to approve the hire. And so this is one of the first steps in that process for that position. Other than that, I have a few tidbits of information that I want to get to you, one of which is, since now we have snow on all the boulevards, it's important to know where to put your curbies. And you'll see the top picture there is the wrong. You'll notice that the curbies are on the street, not on the boulevard, on the street. And so that makes it a hazard for cars and also for plowing and other issues. So what we really want is this picture where they're up on the boulevard. So, or either on your driveway, that's okay, but up on the boulevard, so you might have to shovel a little spot for them to be up in the snow there on your boulevard or in your driveway if you don't want to shovel the snow out of the area. This is safer for traffic, and it's better for street cleaning, snow removal, and all those things. So again, incorrect, correct, correct, incorrect. So if you could cooperate with us, we'd appreciate that. Our garbage hauler would appreciate it. The snowplow drivers would really appreciate it. And frankly, it helps the street in your area get plowed better, more cleanly, curb to curb. And so I think everyone enjoys that, whether you live on that street or not. The next item that I want to mention is I always try and talk about River's Edge, our community hospital. Exceptional care, close to home. They had a great financial year in 2015, and so the results of that have come out a little bit, and there'll be some more once the audit is completed. But we're really excited about that opportunity, and it's great that River's Edge made money. That's important, not because it made money, but because that money is the tool by which we provide services. And so it's important that we can be in the black. We haven't been in the black for the last number of years, so this is a great changing of the tide. A lot of work has been done by George and the crew up there. Everyone should be congratulated, and really some care providers that are providing just excellent, well, exceptional care close to home. Exceptional care close to home. So we're lucky to be partnering with our folks with that OFC and others that continue to provide lots of wonderful services to our community. So last but not least, I want to mention this. If you have a question, please email me at barbara@stpetermn.gov. You can check out our website. All of this packet information and a lot of the detail is included on our website, so you can see exactly what the City Council sees. Check us out on Facebook. We love that. Or give us a call at 934-0663. Fast one for that first one in 2016. Thanks for clicking on State of the City. And on behalf of myself, the city, the staff, we really hope you have a fantastic 2016.